What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
Good afternoon. You're listening to WQKE LP 93.9 FM out of Plattsburgh, New York. Today is your Monday 3 o'clock sports report with Desmond and Liam. Desmond, how is your Monday afternoon?
Pretty slow, but could be worse.
Could absolutely be worse. Desmond and I did a lot of writing this weekend, guys.
We worked on an article about the men's Division III men's hockey
national championship. So, if you're looking for something to read on Friday, go to cardinalpoints.com. I think is the link to check out our article.
Yep.
We'll probably post it on Twitter, too. So, if you're not following our Twitter, what is it again?
At Sports Report PLT. I should probably shamelessly plug ourselves on there more often.
I agree.
Instead of just leaving it to post whenever we're recording or whenever there's
check out the Twitter. There's a bunch of cool stuff on there. We do polls, a bunch of stuff like that. Expect more of that content in the future. But for now, it was a good weekend in sports. We've definitely had a lot worse. The Final Four did not disappoint in my mind. One game was close, one game was a blowout, but we'll get into that in a couple of seconds. Let's start as we always do, matching attire.
Well, I was going to do NBA jerseys, and then I was like sorting through all mine, and I was like, ooh, I know they just lost, but I have two Duke jerseys.
We should have worn them last week.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to do something college-themed, and the only college jerseys I have, NBA or basketball at least, I have what I'm wearing, my Christian Laettner Duke jersey that I got for $20 at a sports store in Albany, and Liam has my very interesting Zion Williamson jersey. And then the last one I have is a Draymond Green Michigan State jersey because I'm a Michigan State fan and I'm also a huge Draymond fan, but that has a hole in it that I'm waiting to have fixed, so I did not want to wear that out today.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you did not hear, I'm wearing a Zion jersey. A lot of things that are ironic about what I'm wearing this jersey. One, Zion's just got shut down for the entire season. Yeah. Two, Duke got smothered this weekend.
Yeah, that was rough to watch for them.
It was a good game, though.
No, it was absolutely a good game, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, so let's start with the first game. Let's start chronologically. Villanova, Kansas. This one was like never close.
No, I didn't. I wasn't unable to watch this game, but I was obviously keeping track of the score every now and then. And yeah, I can't agree that it was.
This game was never close. All right, it's Agbaji, right?
Agbaji.
Agbaji. He went off.
He had a great game. David McCormick also had a great game, which is not really surprising because he's a solid player, but he usually averages like 10 and 6, so to see him drop 25 and 9 is a little surprising. Agbaji going off is not surprising at all. He's a very good player.
21 points, 68 from the field. That's a good day at the office.
Especially, you take one shot that's not a three and hit all but one.
Yeah, that's a good day at the office.
But for Villanova, I don't really know what went wrong for them. They shot 38% from the field. Obviously, not the most ideal thing. I think they shot higher from three than they did from the field.
Yeah, I think Kansas defense not talked about enough going into the tournament and really played out big time. They're a big team. If you watch them, they're a big team. They get in the lane, they smother you. You're hard. That's why their shooting percentage is better from three.
I was going to say they compared to 38 and I think like 40% from the field and from three for Villanova. Kansas shot 53% from the field and 54% from three.
That's efficient.
The efficiency is definitely what made the difference in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, it just, I don't want to say it looked like Villanova didn't belong, but it was just an instance of the better team winning. Like
Absolutely.
there was no instance in the game where it felt like Villanova had any life to come back. So let's talk about the highlight game of the weekend. Definitely one of the most interesting games of the season. North Carolina Duke. So let's run it back quickly. North Carolina beat Duke in Coach K's final home game. And it was a big deal, and Coach K had to go to the press conference in front of that entire stadium and talk after the game. So I'm sure he wanted revenge. Turns out that is not what he got. Final score 81-77 in a really close game.
I don't know how this got in here. I thought I threw this out. I definitely didn't bring this in here, but
Desmond's grades.
My grade from our broadcast announcing practicum class. I swore I threw this out.
Well, that's good to have.
Yep.
Very interesting.
There on the other chair. Anyways, you were saying?
Very interesting. So North Carolina ended up winning this game 81-77. First tournament meeting ever, I believe.
Yes.
And it's kind of a rough way to watch Coach K go out, I would say.
Missed free throws. As a Knicks fan, I know what it's like because we are a very bad free throw shooting team. But to watch a coach of Coach K's caliber go out like that, because of free throws, yeah.
There were some
rough.
brutal missed free throws. There were some brutal missed shots by Duke at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But UNC, like, I don't think it's talked about enough, that they're an eighth seed who had a really rough season, but had a good roster and just kind of put it together good
at the end of
coaching.
the season,
and that's Caleb Love's going on like a Carson Edwards type run.
He is that guy.
Where he kind of went from
good.
not like a nobody, but a lesser known player to one of the best players in college now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he had a huge three at the end. Armando Bacot has become one of my favorite players to watch. 11 points, 21 rebounds. Interesting fact, 21 rebounds. That's the most in a Final Four game since Nick Collison, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 2004, which is very funny that Nick Collison, of all players, has that kind of record. But,
and then he had the ankle injury, too. So he left the game right at the end, came back, and kept playing. Like, that is.
And then he said that they'd have to cut his leg off for him to not play, well, today.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's a very great player to watch.
Gritty.
Great hustle, great effort, great player.
I think Coach K went up to him and said, like, you were my player of the year or something after the game. I don't know if you saw that.
I'd say the same thing, too.
Definitely a great performance. I think you have it down here. That's the big storyline is Paulo.
He
played well.
He wasn't the most. He had a good game without a doubt. I think he had like 20 and 10. He shot like 8 to 17 from the field, so not bad by any means. But at the end of the game, he really didn't do a whole lot. No one on the team really did towards the end of the game. So,
yeah, he didn't have much help there, and
no,
he was giving it all. And I thought he played a great game, honestly. And I think he's still gonna go first overall. To be honest,
I believe so. Him and Chet right now are my locks for 1 and 2.
I think Chet is a very Bill reliant player. I think he didn't have that as good of a season as people are hyping up. He blew it.
It's just that he has the ability and
he has the physical tools,
potential to be a Kevin Durant-esque player, and that's what makes people want him.
He's just
so
not
much.
as like, I don't know, maybe it'll develop, but like he is not as
he's not as fast. He's
smooth.
not as smooth with it. He needs to develop, and it's going to take time for
Kevin Durant.
But we'll see.
Kevin Durant is the smoothest guy of that build
he is
ever.
Ridiculous. There will never be another player like him.
Yeah, I don't. When they talk about hardest players to guard, Giannis, of course, but Kevin Durant is wow.
There will never be another 7-foot guy
who can shoot from three like he can.
Who is arguably the best, one of, if not the best mid-range shooters of all time, then not to mention his ability from three or even his ability to get to the rim. And you're never going to see that again out of someone that tall.
Random tangent.
Unless it's upcoming draft prospect Victor Wembanyama, who is unbelievable. I don't know if you watched him play. That kid is unbelievable. He is going to be the next big thing in this league.
Wow, hot take. Right now. Hot take right there.
He has Rudy Gobert-esque defense and build with an actual offensive skill set. Mm-hmm. Like a very deep offensive skill set. He is going to be that guy.
Wow, hot take right there. That's a random tangent for you. Back to this game. It was like back and forth all game. Back and forth. Just Dagger throwing one back. Like it was a crazy entertaining game, and then at the end Duke just couldn't hang in there anymore. And like you said, Paulo giving it his all, busting out there and just busting around. Didn't have the help, I guess is a good way to put it.
They missed a lot of easy putbacks, tip-ins, free throws, layups. They really they kind of did it to themselves.
It was a team. It was like when they say team effort, it was like a reverse team effort. You know?
Yeah, team downfall.
Team deplete.
But yeah, I mean, very sad way for Coach K to go out. But I mean, at this point, if I'm him and I lost to UNC in the Final Four like that, I'd come back. I wouldn't want to go out.
I know I would, but he's not going to. That's his 42nd season.
Yeah, look at Popovich. Popovich is like 90. I mean, he's probably going to retire soon, but still.
Yeah, well.
I wouldn't be surprised if he retired after this season, but we'll see.
Pop. All right, tonight, 9:20 p.m., which makes no sense.
Yeah, that's very late for a college game. I mean, the game's going to be over at what, like 12?
Yeah. Well, it's a championship game between North Carolina and Kansas. Kansas is a 4-point favorite. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, just with how hot they are, I'd personally have North Carolina winning it.
Really? I think I'd have Kansas.
It's a toss-up. That's
what
I'll say. It is a toss-up. But for me, after watching the way that they were able to manhandle Duke, I think that well, at least towards the end, I believe that I'm going to go North Carolina, especially if Armando Bacot is unable to play or goes out during the game, then it's Kansas for me.
Yeah.
But if he is healthy...
I don't think he's going to go out.
No, if he's healthy and he's able to play well alongside, if Caleb Love can kind of reproduce the performance he had on Saturday, then I believe North Carolina will.
North Carolina is very deep.
Yes, absolutely.
They have good shooting.
I love
North Carolina. I want to say them, but man, Kansas is just so like suppressing, and they're like, I don't know if anyone watched the women's championship last night.
I was gonna say something about that after this.
South Carolina's defense was just disgusting. That's what Kansas reminds me of.
UConn. I had UConn winning that, but mostly because I did not expect USC to defend that team so well.
That was unbelievable. We'll talk about that in a second. I agree. I think Caleb Love has to absolutely go off for them to win. Like another 20, 30-point performance out of him. But like I said, I trust Kansas defense a lot. I take Kansas scenario, but it'll be interesting to see. Villanova is a very differently structured team, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're very. I've not watched much Villanova, but judging by what they usually are, they're a more defensive, slow-paced team than most college teams are.
So we'll see. That'll be a good one tonight. Definitely tune in 9:20 p.m. I think the reason it's at 9:20 is in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's probably maybe. I don't know. It's a weird,
definitely a weird time
scenario. But with that, I want to talk about the women's national championship.
Great game.
We had the South Carolina Gamecocks against the UConn Huskies, 1 versus 2 seed. I was very surprised by the outcome of this game. I mean, if you were to tell me beforehand that South Carolina would win, I would not yell at you, but to see the way in which they won, holding them to 49 points while scoring 64, and holding Paige Beckers, holding her to only 14 points is pretty insane because she's been one of the most dominant players in recent memory for college, and she's probably going to be, I'd assume, obviously a top 5 pick, maybe even one. I'm not entirely sure. But, I mean...
She was injured a lot of this season.
Yes, she was. But the craziest part about it is South Carolina won this game shooting 36% from the field and 18% from three. Like that just shows how important their defense was against UConn.
It's hard, I guess, what I'm trying to get at comparing, because it's like a completely different game
absolutely.
And like it's harder for the women's team to pull up from three, I would say, and I think that's why the stats are so inflated.
But
if I were to run a women's team, I should be a women's coach because my strategy would be perfect. I don't think I would have, like, UConn runs so much perimeter offense. I don't know why, because their players were. I don't know if you can look up their percentage. It was horrible last night trying to watch them shoot threes.
25% from three.
Exactly. Like at that point, just get in the paint and just put up shots. Like, stop wasting your time pulling up from three because the defense in front of you is so good you have no chance. Like, just get in the paint and just try to mess with the defense, and they never did that.
No, I agree. I mean,
I don't know if did you watch this?
The game?
Yeah.
No, I was busy last night. I was not able to watch a game. I wanted to watch a game, but I was out doing stuff with some friends last night, so I was unable to watch. I was actually, as much as I hate to say it, because I got kind of drawn into watching WrestleMania, which I said I'd never bring up on the show, but I'm going to bring up WrestleMania after this. I completely forgot about it. But it was a great game. I always like seeing, like, I know South Carolina isn't like a small school in women's basketball, but to see a team or a school like South Carolina just in general win a national championship is very nice.
Well, just look at the teams who have won or who have been good in women's basketball in recent memory. UConn is stupid good at men's basketball. And then last year, Arizona's stupid good at men's basketball. Like, every one of these schools, you're right, is very diverse and can have
South Carolina.
They're very one-sided school for at least the major four sports. South Carolina's probably good at some like random sport, like diving or something.
I've never even heard of the South Carolina men's team. But
I don't think I have either, and I don't think they're very good at like football or anything. I don't even know if they have football. I'm gonna look it up.
I have no idea. But I'll get into WrestleMania really quick. I was busy last night. I was doing some schoolwork. I was doing some work because I've mentioned before I'm a writer for Fansided, so I was sitting up in my room doing some work I was watching the Warriors and Kings game on in the background, and all of a sudden my roommate Chris, who was down in our basement lounge watching WrestleMania, texts me, and he goes in all caps, "Dude, McMahon just got into the ring." Vince McMahon, of course. I threw my Crocs on and sprinted down the stairs to just see Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon fighting in the ring. And then Austin Theory, it came out of nowhere, took Pat McAfee down after Pat McAfee actually beat Austin Theory. And then all of a sudden the lights start flashing. The music starts playing. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes down the ramp.
What is going on, man?
I could not believe. Like, I was in shock because it's just like, that's my childhood right there. Like, Stone Cold and McMahon. This dude hit Stone Cold. Do you know Stone Cold Stunner by chance? He basically like grabs you like this and then drops on his knees and you like bounce back. He hit like, how old is Vince McMahon? Vince McMahon age. He's 76 years old. He hit Vince McMahon with a stunner. I thought he killed him because he was literally sitting on the ground motionless for like 10 minutes. I thought he killed Vince McMahon. But it was very funny to watch. I'm not really into wrestling as much as I used to be. I used to love wrestling, but as I grew older, it's kind of hard to watch now because it's kind of obvious how it's fake, scripted, whatever people want to call it. But yeah, I could not believe that he got in the ring.
That's hilarious.
Also, shout out Pat McAfee for not only being one of, if not the best punters of all time, retiring early, turning his career into a podcast, that becoming one of the biggest podcasts in the nation, getting paid millions by FanDuel, and now you're like wrestling in the WWE out of nowhere. Like that
Why is Pat McAfee like just doing everything?
Because he just has a great personality. He's a funny guy. He's awesome to watch. But I think the best part, well, the craziest part was Pat McAfee had Austin Theory on the ring, and the dude did a backflip off the ropes and stuck it. I couldn't believe it. But it was definitely an interesting night. Again, I don't watch much wrestling, but to see that, when I got the text that McMahon got in the ring, I couldn't believe it. I sprinted down the stairs.
What an interesting segment that is. So now I'm looking up South Carolina's NCAA records. They've actually appeared in the Final Four for men's basketball in 2017.
Really? I'm trying to think of some NBA players that have gone there.
They've been the NCAA champions for baseball twice, 2011, 2010. They have one regional championship for golf for men's and 5 for women, which that's a lot of regional championships. Yeah. They've appeared in the NCAA tournament for soccer 20 times for men and 8 for women. So they have very good sports.
Here are some
notable NBA.
Okay, yeah, I knew this one. I knew Alex English went to South Carolina. Alex English's, I believe, son. I assume his name is JoJo English, and he went to the same college as Alex English, so I kind of have to assume. But you got
brothers.
New York Knicks legend Ronaldo Balkman went there. I didn't know that. I hate Ronaldo Balkman, but PJ Dozier. I don't know why that says he's a former player. Technically he's not in the league. I don't think. I think Boston might have cut him. But then you have like Anthony Gill. That's really it. Chris Silva, Sindarius Thornwell. I didn't know he went there, and Brian Winters. So that's not bad. There's some pretty good NBA players.
Have you seen I love that this is like a podcast. We can kind of just talk about whatever now. I love that. Have you seen the Wordle NBA thing?
Poeltl? Yeah. Yep, I have.
I was going to say, Desmond must be loving this right now.
I haven't played it yet because it always slips in my mind.
All right, play around right now.
All right, let's play around. All right, let's do it.
You're going to have to annotate everything you're doing.
Yeah, I got it. All right, here we go. Poeltl game.
Let me know when you pull it up.
Yep. Poeltl NBA player.
I was going to say, I don't think I could find anyone.
Okay, so you get 8 guesses for any current NBA player. Green in any column is a match. Yellow in team means that the player at one point played for the team but is not currently. Yellow in position indicates a partial match.
Okay.
Which I'd assume if it's like LeBron, for example.
Yeah.
He's played every position. And yellow in any other column indicates within 2 inches of years. Okay. All right.
2 inches because it's height.
Yeah.
And then
height.
years.
All right, here we go. Guess 1 of 8. We're gonna guess.
Start with like someone like generic. I saw people start with Kawhi. I wouldn't start with him. I'd start with like
Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain. Oh, okay.
What?
He plays for the Grizzlies.
Okay.
He is over 6 foot. He's over 6'5". He's under the age of 23. It's Jaren Jackson.
Is it?
I'm 95% sure it's gonna be Jaren Jackson. actually not.
Okay,
So,
what lit up green then?
It's the same thing. He's on the Grizzlies right now. It says it's yellow for position. He's under 6'11" and under 22. I would say Xavier Tillman, but I believe he's already like 23.
Who's the youngest player on the Grizzlies?
It's not Xavier Tillman, but he's a forward. It's not Kyle Anderson.
It must have been someone really
It's got to be someone. Oh, I don't know who it is. I guarantee it's this guy. I can't remember his name, but I watched a Grizzlies and Sun game, and this random white guy, out of nowhere, drove to the baseline and did like a reverse dunk. And I'm telling you right now, this is who it is. But I have no idea what his name is. So
I'm just going to look it up.
Hold on.
I'm not going to tell you.
It does suck that we already got like everything right on the first one, like for team and stuff. So who could it be?
Next, we'll do one more.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we could hit the NBA stuff and go back to this.
I want you to get this one first.
Is it a one a day thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, who could it be? I think his name starts with a P. I know I'm like 99% sure I'm very confident in who this is, but
you need to figure it out.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to think his name. We might have to look it up because I know who it is, but I don't know his name because he's like a random like 10-day contract guy.
Okay, so you said what he's under?
Hold on, is it? It might be Jarrett Culver actually. No, it is not Jarrett Culver. Okay.
Is it Santi Aldama?
Aldama?
Yeah, Aldama, because he's 21.
I think it's
he's 6'11". No.
Okay. So he's a forward. Our guy is under 6'11". He's under 21. And
under 21.
His number is higher than 7.
There's no. Oh. That's a guard though.
Who is it? What's his name?
Zaire Williams?
Oh, it might be Zaire Williams, I think. I think it's Zaire Williams.
He's a guard, though.
I think he plays a bit of everything. It's Zaire Williams, yep. Yeah. But the guy I was thinking of was Aldama. I thought it was Aldama.
Is it one a day?
Williams. Yeah, it is one a day. New mystery player in 8 hours.
Okay, we'll do one on my computer after. So
no, I think it's the same player.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's literally.
Can you go to
like
past ones?
No, I don't think
We'll take a break, and we'll figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
So we'll come back from a break. We'll be right back with NBA coverage and more sport quizzes and this kind of fun stuff. So keep tuning in.
I really hate the music on the station. That's all I got to say.
I like how we can just say that on there.
Who cares?
Welcome back to your 3 o'clock sports report. We just played Poeltl.
Yep.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
Poeltl.
Jakob Poeltl. Or Poeltl.
So
whatever.
we're going to do our NBA coverage first, and we're going to play Weddle, which is like Poeltl, but NFL.
Yep.
So it's basically Wordle, but
We'll start off with some news. Ben Simmons today was ruled out for at least the play-in tournament. Probably going to be longer. I believe he's dealing with a back injury. I don't know. It's Ben Simmons. Who knows at this point? It's not like he's telling anyone. But in other news, we have the Lakers.
What a bad trade right now.
He's got to be healthy. If he's healthy, they could go all the way because he will bring the defense and the playmaking.
Yeah, but who knows where his game's at?
Just the defense and playmaking is all they'll need out of him.
Hopefully.
But in other NBA discussion, the Lakers are getting a lot closer to being eliminated from the play-in for the very tough stretch of games to close the season. They play the Suns, the Warriors, the Thunder, and the Nuggets. Got to start winning. Obviously, LeBron's missed their last game against the Nuggets where Jokic dominated against them. 38 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, Westbrook actually had a decent game for the first time in a while, which isn't surprising because as much as obviously LeBron is obviously not hindering the team, but he's probably hindering Westbrook a bit because Westbrook needs the ball in his hands to be good, which is a problem, obviously. But, I mean, yeah, that they got to start winning. They're only one game behind, I believe, the Spurs right now, but with the schedule that they have coming up, they have to pick their game up right now. There's no more waiting. If they want to make the play-in, they gotta start going now. But with that, I'll talk about the Knicks for a little bit. We played the Magic last night, where former Knick Ignas Brazdeikis got his first NBA start. Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very shocked when I saw him. I literally tweeted in all caps, "Is that Ignas Brazdeikis?" Because I didn't even know he was in the NBA anymore. But very boring, awful game to watch. I think I only ended up watching the first half of it, but I kind of regret it because I missed one of the funniest stretches I've ever seen in my life. So basically, this also reaffirms why we need a point guard, at least why we need to run Emmanuel quickly more. Alec Burks dribbled the ball up with one hand, went to swing it across the court, but flung the ball and hit Mitchell Robinson in the face. And then they fumbled around with the ball. Burks got it back, turned it over. The Magic went down, shot a three, bricked it. We went down, gave it to Obi. Obi drove in, lost it. Magic went down, put up another three, bricked it. We went down, bricked another shot. It was probably the most painful minute of basketball I've ever seen. Obviously, right now the Knicks are eliminated from playoff contention. Julius Randle's likely done for the season, thank God. But I mean,
we're not holding back today.
No, Obi's been playing fantastic without Julius. It's no surprise there. I've been saying for a very long time that not only is Julius hindering RJ and Quickly's development, he's definitely hindering Obi, which is why he should have been traded at the trade deadline. But I digress. I mean, the season's over. I said it on the last show, and I said it on the previous podcast I was on, Bring the Sting, that right now, trade Julius in the offseason. Give Thibodeau half a season next year, and if we don't improve, you can fire him and bring up whatever assistant you want to close the season. But yeah, I'm kind of just at a whatever point with the Knicks, to where I'm not really angry at anything.
Yeah, you've kind of just become stagnant. It was kind of like you at the end of the
with the Giants.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just not really surprised by anything. But in rookie news, Jalen Green has had 5 30-point games in a row. He had a very rough start to the season, but he's picked it up recently, which I love to see because I do love the kid. I think he's going to be a great, especially in scoring. I think he's going to be a great scorer in this league. The Rockets have a pretty solid core around him right now. Obviously, they're going to keep improving, but I don't think he's definitely not going to win Rookie of the Year, but he's probably coming close to earning a first-team spot. But as I mentioned before, Jokic had a great game against the Lakers, and I think that kind of just shows that he's the MVP. He at least deserves it. Will the media give him another one? I don't know. Nick Wright went on air and said some very ignorant and informed things about how watching him doesn't show he's the MVP. It's only his stats, which literally does not make the slightest amount of sense. But it's Nick Wright. The dude has been quite dumb about Jokic for a very long time.
Yeah, one of the ESPN analysts came on, so they did a big straw poll of all the voters, and they had Jokic as MVP. And that straw poll is typically what determines what MVP is.
Yeah, because they all do the voting anyways. But yeah, right now, to me, there's no debate that it should be between the MVP race should be between Giannis and Jokic and maybe Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid's having a good season. Let's not discredit that.
No, yeah, I'm saying he's third. I'm saying he's third, but I think that someone who slept on an MVP that really should be in the discussion is Luka Doncic. I mean, he had 35 and 15 the other night. He put up ridiculous stats. Mavericks are the 4th or 5th seed out west without a lot of help. I mean, he's made a team that would be one of the worst in the league into a playoff team while being a top scorer and playmaker. He's a special talent. I think he should deserve more recognition in the MVP race. I believe it's kind of obvious that he will win one at some point in his career, maybe even next year. And for our last topic of discussion, the Celtics, without Robert Williams, I know it's the Wizards, but they beat the Wizards 144 to 102. They're still, without Robert Williams, they're still a big threat. The only team that I can really see stopping them without Robert Williams is the Bucks, because I mean that's the only team where they really desperately need Robert Williams, because he would be their only chance to have a stopping Giannis. Not that I think that he's going to be the Giannis stopper, but he would be their best shot to do it. And with that, you want to go over our picks for the awards really quick?
Yeah, I don't know enough about a couple of these, but
I got you. MVP, my pick's Jokic.
Jokic
with Giannis is a very strong second.
I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I was talking to you about it the other day. It's getting very frustrating. Giannis has one good game. Oh, Jokic doesn't deserve MVP.
No, I've seen that.
I don't care if he's boring. He's not if you watch him. He's disgusting if you watch him. But he's not, running up, tanking two people and dunking over them like Giannis says. And I understand that Giannis plays really well against big teams. But Giannis is another MVP to win, Finals MVP.
Yeah,
that he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they should give it to Jokic just because of that reason. Jokic is just absurd. Look at that stat line last night. Nobody is having stat lines like that. Giannis, the reason everyone loves Giannis because he's a points machine, and that's awesome. But Jokic is like points, rebounds, assists. Like his statistics are ungodly.
But
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
This is where it gets a little confusing.
I'd probably, with my bias, I'd go Evan Mobley because not only has he been one of the top defenders in the league, period, he's also been very good. He's been solid offensively. He's struggled a bit of late, but I still am very, very high on him. And if I had to pick anyone to come in second, it'd probably be probably Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes would probably be second.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Scotty Barnes having a good season though, so it could go either way in my mind.
Yeah. Depoy.
So it gets very hard.
I'm going full out biased. I want Draymond Green to win it. I believe he deserves to win it.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will because he missed games.
Who's favored?
Gobert. Probably Gobert. Gobert or Giannis. Right now, if I had to pick three guys that I believe would win it, it's going to be Gobert, Giannis, or Draymond because Jaren Jackson, the voters aren't going to let Jaren Jackson or Mikal Bridges win it just yet. I believe they are very, very deserving of it, and if they won, I'd be very happy about it. But I don't believe that the voters would let two young players like that.
Right now,
I know Bridges and Jaren were
Jokic's favored for MVP.
Yep.
Mobley's favored for Rookie of the Year, obviously. Yep. Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that, but
what?
Kelly Oubre is second and sixth in the man year.
Sixth man of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is without a doubt sixth man of the year. There's no debate behind that.
The bet is minus 20,000, which I don't think you don't see that very often. Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year. Wow, you're going to like this. Marcus Smart is currently favored to win Defensive Player of the Year.
What?
Yeah. Behind him is Bam.
Now. What?
Third is Mikal Bridges. Fourth, Rudy Gobert.
I mean, I've been saying that I want Marcus Smart to win a Depoy for a very long time because he's one of my favorite players in the league. I know my cousin Jameson will probably cry if that were to happen. I might too, but I definitely don't know if he... I mean...
He's favored.
It could make sense because the Celtics have been the number one defense and probably the number one team in the league. I mean, besides the Suns, obviously, for probably the last 2 months now. So, I mean, it's not the most surprising in terms of team defense, but I mean, at the same time, one of the biggest reasons the Celtics defense is so successful is because they have so many elite defenders. Obviously, Marcus is the best out of them, probably, but wow, that definitely shocked me a little bit.
That's Vegas Insider. I'm trying to find another source, but
yeah,
it's making me try to bet. Oh, here we go. Most improved, I already know who that one's going to be. Rookie of the Year, Mobley again. Sixth Man of the Year, Hero again. Coach of the Year, yep. Defensive Player of the Year. This one has Gobert favored.
Yeah, it's a lot of them are different.
Draymond is second favorite.
Yeah, I'd go if I had to go top three, it'd be Gobert, Draymond, Giannis. But
wow, that's weird seeing Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I mean MIP, I'd probably go Desmond Bain.
Morant.
Desmond Bain, one of the two.
Ja Morant.
But
Morant.
Ja Morant. That's
Ja Morant. I just love Ja Morant.
No, I know.
I've been huge on Ja Morant since college. I was huge after Ja Morant after he was playing in that game. The footage is they go show how small the school Murray State is, but the footage is so
grainy.
It's so grainy because I don't think someone's recording where he completely cleared somebody.
Yeah,
like a defender's in his way and he's coming from like the left side. Just from like the 3-point line and just completely cleared somebody and dunked right over him. Ever since then, I was like, this guy's legit.
Yeah.
And he's clearly translated that to the NBA.
All right, and that's all I have for the NBA today. I think, is it time to play Weddle?
I would like to see you play Weddle.
All right, let's play Weddle. So we'll do what we did before. We'll go kind of basic. And my choice, this is actually a lot harder because there's a lot more players. So I kind of want to go with like an offensive. We'll go with my favorite player in the NFL. Andrew, I can't pick Andrew Thomas. Are there old players in here? Like Cedric Benson? No. Okay, so there's no offensive lineman. I'm assuming, right?
Probably not.
No offensive lineman. It's all current. Okay, so with that, let's go with Adam Humphries, the Washington football team. Okay, no matches. He's over 5'11". He's under 28, and his number is higher than 13.
No team though.
No team. He's not. He doesn't play for Washington. He's not in the NFC East, and he's not a receiver. So we'll go with a quarterback, and with that, I'll go with Ryan Tannehill. Okay, all right. He's in the AFC South.
Okay.
He's a quarterback. He's over 6'4". He's under 33, and the number is lower than 17. So the AFC South is the Colts, the Texans.
Going to Google, of course.
No, I'm not. Is it who I think it is? Who am I thinking of right now? Why can I not think of his name? He played David Mills. Is it David Mills? Or Davis Mills, whatever. Okay. All right. Oh, we might be getting a backup here. Oh.
It's got to be if it's...
Because here's why I think it's a backup. AFC South quarterback, over 6'4", under the age of 23. And his number is between 10 and 17. So who... Oh, wait. I know who it is.
Who is it?
Trevor Lawrence. Yep.
That was so easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Awesome.
Wait, can we play again? We can play the hard difficulty.
Do that one,
all right,
please.
All
right, one more round of Weddle. For those who aren't listening, we're playing Weddle. Desmond.
Okay, this one has offensive linemen. Does it have older players? No. Or wait. No. All right, so we'll start off with my favorite offensive lineman, or favorite player in the league, Andrew Thomas. What does yellow mean? So he's 23 years old, and it's yellow on the position. So I'm going to assume that means he plays on the offensive line, but he's not a tackle.
Yeah, probably.
If I had to guess.
Probably.
Oh, 23-year-old tackle, 23-year-old offensive lineman. Is it Alex Leatherwood? So this player has played in the AFC West before, and okay, he's under 6'5", so it's got to be like a guard or something. A guard that has played in the AFC West that's already not in the AFC West, so he had to have been traded out of the AFC West, and he's already 23 years old. That is weird. Is it? I really don't know who. It's got to be a backup at that point. I mean,
this is hard.
Let me think. A 23-year-old offensive lineman who has played in the AFC West before and is under 6'5". So it's got to be a guard. I'd assume if he's under 6'5". Is it? Oh man, I don't know who this could be. I mean, it's got to be a lineman. So let me just guess some younger lineman that I know. It wouldn't be Will Hernandez because he's not. Wow, this is a lot. I understand why it's labeled as hard now.
I was about to say this is.
All right, would you rather try to guess this or go do our Sporkle?
Try to guess it.
Okay.
Just start plugging in names.
What's it? Oh, why can't I think of lineman right now? I'm blanking. I'm just gonna do something random like David Bakhtiari, who was tweaking on Twitter the other day. By the way, for those of you who saw. So
that was funny.
He's under 6'4" and he's an offensive lineman.
How many offensive linemen are under 6'4" in the league?
A good amount, but it's got to be like a center or something.
Doesn't it say team?
Is it Billy Price? Please tell me it's Billy Price. Or wait, no, it can't be Billy Price.
What team?
Doesn't say. I can guess the team right. The only thing that we know. Okay, so it's a guard. It is a guard. So we know it's a guard. He's under 6'4". He's 23 years old, and he has played in the AFC West. That is awful. I really don't know who this could be. It's not. It can't be Isaiah Wilson. No, because it would have said that he played for the Giants before. He also didn't play in the AFC West. I really don't know who this could be. I genuinely am very confused on who this could be. I don't even think there's like a give up option. No. Wow.
Just start plugging in names till you get to 8, and then.
Well, it's a 10.
Then start plugging in names till you get to 10.
All right. AJ Brown.
What?
He's a wide receiver. So why would it be yellow under offensive?
Offense.
See, it would have been nice if it gave me the rules. I clicked on, okay.
So what? Can we describe for the listeners what just happened? So basically he plugged in a line. It colored yellow, like if you've ever played Wordle, it colors yellow. But that meant...
I went by the last one, where it said if it was yellow, that means they basically played the position.
But in yellow, it means just the
offensive
side
defense.
Of the ball.
Okay, so he's a receiver who wears the number 11, who's 23. Is it? It's Jerry Jeudy. Oh, it's not Jerry Jeudy.
What?
Is it Henry Ruggs? Please don't tell me it's Henry Ruggs. I can't even pick him. Okay, so it's
Okay, good.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, give us the qualifications. How many more guesses do you have? One.
I have 4 more guesses.
Okay, he plays in the AFC South.
He has played in the AFC West before and the AFC South. He's a mover, apparently. He's a wide receiver. He's 23 years old, and he wears the number 11. Oh, it'd be so much better if he had the division or the team. But okay, so is it Mecole Hardman? It's not Mecole Hardman.
Who is it?
I don't know. Okay, so is it? What's his fate? Who's the guy? The Brian Edwards. Is it Brian Edwards? I don't think he wears 11, but wow.
Nothing.
No, he wears 89, and it's not. Hunter Renfrow doesn't wear 11.
Wears 11?
Is it Tim Patrick? No, it's not Tim Patrick, is it? All right, one more guess. I genuinely, I'm telling you, it's gonna be someone obvious, but I really don't. I don't know who this could be. Is it maybe Marquez Valdes-Scantling? No, he doesn't wear 11. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it one more guess, and I'll go with. Oh man, I really don't know. 23-year-old receiver that has played in the AFC South and West already. It's got to be like a bum. Like, I don't even mean to say bum, but like a backup. Is it? Who's this really? I really don't know. I'm just gonna put DJ Chark. Who is it?
Who is it?
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Of course it was.
Like, I know who Donovan Peoples-Jones is, but wow, that's actually depressing. All right, Sporkle time.
Let's do it
Quick to close it out.
So, quick 5-minute Sporkle quiz before we head out. Today is, can you name every Defensive Player of the Year winner?
I'm ready.
Just play quiz.
All right.
So, I don't want to give you the teams yet.
No, don't give me the teams. I'll ask you for the teams.
Okay.
If I really can't guess it, I'll ask.
Well,
you
we
the
started,
teams.
so here we go.
All right. So tell me the year.
82.
1982. That would be Sidney Moncrief. It's gonna be twice.
Well, how do you spell Moncrief?
Moncrief.
C-R-I. Okay, 2. 1984.
Alvin Robertson.
Yep. No, that was 1985.
Okay. 84.
Yep.
What team?
Utah Jazz.
Oh, Mark Eaton.
How do you spell that one?
Eaton. Rest in peace, by the way. Aton.
Okay.
What?
86.
What team?
Lakers.
Oh, Michael Cooper.
Okay. 87.
87. Would that be what team?
Bulls.
Jordan.
I don't even want to plug us in. Oh, it's only one. You only won at one time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably gonna need the teams for the older ones.
Then Markey and for
Eaton
89
yep.
or 88, 89. So now 1890 or
1898,
1989 to 1990. Pistons.
Pistons.
Yep.
Oh, Rodman.
Okay, he won it 2 times.
Yep.
Then Spurs 92.
David Robinson.
Yep. 93.
93 would be. I have no idea.
It's Rockets.
Oh, Hakeem.
I don't even know how to spell Elijah.
Olajuwon. Ola.
Yeah. 94, 95, 96. Or 94 to 95, sorry. Nuggets.
Mutombo. MUTOMBO.
Yeah, I got it. Oh my god, he won so many.
Yeah, he is. What, 5?
Yeah, 95, 96.
95, 96. Here, let's start from the top. I won't need the teams for the top. Let's start from
2021.
Gobert. We have Gobert like 3 in a row.
Okay, onto. I don't know how to spell Antetokounmpo.
ANTETOKOUNMPO. I'm so smart if I just spelled that right.
OUMMPO.
OUNMPO.
Yep.
NM.
Yep.
I'm so smart.
Okay, 16, 17.
That's either Kawhi or Draymond. It's
Draymond.
One of the two. And then the one before would be Kawhi.
Is it Leonard?
Leonard.
He's got such a weird name. Okay. 2013 to 14.
2013-14, is that Marc Gasol.
Nope. It's Bulls.
Joakim Noah. And then Gasol would be the year before, right?
Yep.
And then
Knicks.
Tyson Chandler. And then
It's a Knicks guy.
Dwight Howard.
Yep, he won 3 straight.
And
Celtics.
then I was going to say Kevin Garnett.
Yep.
And then what team?
Nuggets.
Marcus Camby. Little known fact that not everyone knows that Marcus Camby won a depoy.
Pistons.
Ben Wallace. You're going to Ben Wallace like 5 in a row.
Yep.
And then Ron Artest is between. He stopped Ben Wallace from 5-peating. Yep.
Okay. So now we have 98 to 99, 1990 to 2000. Both are Heat.
Alonzo Mourning.
How do you spell that?
Mourning.
Okay. And then one more Supersonics.
Gary Payton.
96. Wow.
Is that all the defensive player
That
of
is
the year?
every defensive player of the year ever. That was easy.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I've done this quiz before, but I know a lot of award winners.
Average score 57%. So that is all for today's show. It was definitely an interesting one. Thank you for listening.
Hopefully by the next show I believe is the day before opening day for baseball.
Yep, so it'll be our opening day preview.
Yep.
We'll have a bunch of different stuff. We'll have the game breakdown of tonight's game. So tune into, if you missed part of today's episode, tune into our podcast on YouTube, Twitter, Sports
Spotify,
Report, PLT. But besides that, thanks for tuning in again. Have a blessed evening.
Have a blessed night.
We're becoming a quiz show. So tune in for
I
that.
don't mind it. Test my knowledge.
For sure.